Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology retold action in the blue color, playing as Noir. His name is Themista, and he is dropping a couple of houses down, gonna get himself a silo, and all the other good stuff. In the right-hand corner of the map, a man who did not meet Themista one time in the recent Champions League Season 4 tournament. Unfortunately, this is one of my most favorite matchups to watch. It is Tag's very own Recon. And he's playing as Ra. So these guys are an incredibly insane duo of practice shenanigans. And this is from the archives of the practice sessions of the Themista and Recon. Mr. was gracious enough to send me through one of these games that that he said, or I said, he basically, I'm always asking for recorded games. If anything's a good game, I want to see it. And he said this is one of the good ones from the practice sessions. And, you know, if these guys are playing a game and it's good, you know it's going to be good. So sit back, relax, get yourself a tasty beverage, a nice cookie, maybe some chippies, and let's get into this one and enjoy. So, I know nothing about Noir versus Ra. This is one of those matchups that escapes me. All I know how to do with China is how to play one town center aggression and pray. There are a couple of other cheesy tricks like getting a nice quick heroic age and making some cav and just raiding my opponent into the ground. But realistically, I don't know what the meta is. I'm not going to pretend. I sort of play a weird, cheesy Egyptian against China as well that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. So, I don't know. But let's see if there's any relics here that are going to be showing us anything important. We've got Tarawara's last arrow over here, which is obviously very, very good to whoever finds it. Over onto this top one here, we've got the Tusk of the Iron Boar, which is going to be cavalry hit points plus 10%. Another huge relic, especially for the Themista, but also for Recon's Ra there. Up onto the top side, we've got the Titan's Treasure, which is going to be some help. And also the Girdle of Hippolyta, which is hit points plus 10% there. So, I mean, given that these are scrims, part of me wouldn't be surprised to see them just not go for relics. Like, if I'm just practicing a matchup, I am going to put aside these sort of relic advantages you can get and just say, well, there's no like there's like a 1 in 30, I don't know how many relics there are at the moment, maybe a 1 in 20 chance that we get this this relic in this matchup. So is there really any point in practicing it? No, you want to practice the 19 in 20 matchup. So that being said, it is important to understand how good these relics are, and it is important to say, well, I'm going to pick them up, or I'm going to have builds that I have at my disposal to get these relics nice and quick. Those things are very important too. But nonetheless, yes, this is just a scrim from the archives. I don't actually know when this game was played. I think it's a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago even. But yeah, I do have a little bit of knowledge of this one. I think I was either talking with Recon or I was talking with, I think it was with Recon, and he was telling me how there is a thing that I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's a thing that you just don't do in this matchup because it just doesn't work. But what happens if you just do it? As we do see the creation coming in, the villagers get pulled. A little bit of shanking of the military foundation here coming through as a Wadget to come in, and this is going to be damage dealt, but this is a god power down the drain here. As the priests are going to come in, this military camp will get repaired back up as Mr. is getting a lot of value from this. But also he's losing his pioneers. He's not actually killing anything with these units. His god power is also not getting him bonus resources, so it's not all good here. And then as soon as this tower gets attached, I think that the building just dies, right? Like they get bonus damage here, and the tower doesn't actually hit any of the villagers as Mr.'s aggression does not end up working here. Recon defends it, and the game continues along. Now, of course, idle time was caused by 4 of those villagers, so damage was without a doubt done. We got this cheeky little spicy earth wall coming down from the Themista. One thing that I've really enjoyed from the Themista's gameplay is, even though I hate this god power and I don't like the god power in the slightest, I do like how creative the Themista has been with the positioning of it. A lot of players will just drop a house where they want the town center and then put the earth wall around it. But what Mr. does here is not only does he protect his home gold mine, but he also gets the town center. He gets this gold mine. These rhino are also very well protected by being nice and close to this. You can just run away, no problems. And here comes the shifting sands. Okay, so this is the game that I'm pretty sure this is the game that Recon is referring to. He said, you should not go for this attack because it just doesn't work. But he comes in, he sees the opportunity, he hits this. Now his villagers are without a doubt stuck here. He's going for a tower. He's got himself the watchtower coming through as well, as the villagers are going to be pulling back. And well, it's one hero Kwafu versus the world here, as the villagers will run around. And they're going to be sitting idle again, but so too is a Kwafu hero idle. And Mr. is in for a very strange game now. These villagers are stuck inside the earth wall. How are they going to get out? Dow Swordsman pulls back. Pharaoh juking. You got to dodge that that boulder that the Kwafu hero is going to be throwing. It takes 2 seconds to throw. Machine Workshop attempting to get shot up there as these priests and the Pharaoh trying to get Valley. But I mean, even if you don't kill any of this, it's still like mad damage. As now Recon healing up the Pharaoh as well. He can't out damage the healing. A great defense or offense here, or attack from Recon. Has he? I don't actually know if he's in front here. The Kwafu hero is back to putting the town center up. We see an obelisk coming through. Recon, I mean, he has to get past a military camp over here with a tower attachment. Of course, he can just shank it down with the villagers if he really wants to, but he's going to pull out, and I imagine he's just going to come over and drop the town center here. He's got 5 villagers on. Oh, no, he's going for the back town center behind all of this. So both players get a town center. Place your bets for the post game to who actually comes out in front here, or if it's just equal. I mean, let's think about it. Okay, you have to take off the fact that 4 villagers weren't gathering with that creation. So that's a potential 4 times 120 resources. So not nothing. That's like 480 resources you could have had with the creation. And then obviously all the idle time that was caused on this Kwafu hero and the town center that was denied. How much was that? I don't know. But both players get their second town center up. Villager differential is kind of close. And this game is an absolute mess from here on out, because both of these guys have got no idea where they're sitting in terms of power spikes, advantages, the regular flow of the game. I really love this from Recon because it takes you out of book. It makes you have to start thinking on your feet. The only problem with this is you're playing against the Themista, and realistically, the Themista is normally playing on his feet. Like, I'm sure he's got his game plans and whatever, and he'll go for those, but most of the time he's playing a very specific game of what are you doing? How can I stop you? Etc. 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 As the lamps are coming out, he hasn't spotted the town center just yet. I mean, you can kind of guess what's coming your way. If your opponent doesn't have any extra units out, probably going to be a town center. It could be heroic age, but in this case, it's Recon going heroic age, and in a very competitive time here for this heroic age. He's got himself out literally 8 priests here, which is, I mean, it's at least 700 gold there, if not more. I don't know if he's lost any priests in this game, but a huge amount of priests spent, huge amount of idle time on the villages, and he's going to the next age. Whereas the Mister's heroic age, I mean, to be honest, it's feeling very similar to what it would normally be in terms of the difference. Now, both players getting heroic age at a similar time, with the difference, but it being set back by 2 minutes. Well, that just changes how much income you've got when you hit the heroic age. So what are you going to be doing here? That's the big question. Villager differential is about what you would expect considering the amount of Guafu that the Themista has created. He's got himself a third town center as well, as Gormang is now on the way, but it's going to be a Sobek versus Gormang affair. And I don't see an armory up for Recon, which I think at this stage of the game, probably a slight misplay. When you've got that Pharaoh in your main base empowering a monument, you really want to get the armory down so you can get full advantage. Of course, you can just drop a priest onto it to build it up, but it's something that you really want to be having done there. As the hand axe coming through for Recon and the game to continue along. Now, the only problem for Recon here is he's found himself in. Unfortunately, his obelisk doesn't spot the town center. He's found himself in a position that he actually found himself in the tournament, which was, I missed my opponent's third town center grab. He will be sending his rock over there, but by the time he spots it, it's too late. So he actually does need to get a little bit of damage done with his timing advantage. Now, the good thing is he does have a timing advantage. The bad thing is he's building his Migdol all the way back here. This is super unfortunate for Recon. Like, if he saw this town center up, he could have wandered forward. He could have put a Migdol here, for example, or here, or even gone for one here and looked to angle this settlement with a big siege tower push for the timing. Lots of different options there, but he didn't notice it. He now sees his two town centers versus 3 town centers, and the Mystery is going to be having himself up his ballet on the front. He's going to be able to have that forest protection here, and even though Recon, like, he's got a timing, I don't really think there's going to be much that he's going to be able to do here. A Siege Works coming up onto this spot. He does have those Betsukos coming through. Maybe getting himself a third monument here is not a terrible idea, even if you are up against the incredibly powerful Pioneer and whatchamabuckets. What are they called? I've just forgotten names. Sages. Even if you do have the Sages to have to deal with as well, you've got Chariot Archers to snipe them. So if you see a Sage in the enemy army and you got your Betsukos, you're just going to be sniping them with the Chariot Archers and then allowing those Betsukos to go full send. As Eastwind coming through. This is a technology that we did see getting a lot of play in the tournament. And the big thing is, inside of tournaments, oftentimes the games are, there's a lot of games that are decided by little tiny bits of misinformation. So your opponent does, like, you think your opponent's doing X, but they're actually doing Y, and then you make the wrong call. Like, a lot of these players have got the same sort of knowledge as to, like, how to make a play in the game, like what strategy to go for, so to speak. But being able to know what your opponent's doing, now that's one of the big skills that someone like Themista and Recon and these Rappel and these are like Moscow, these other like super strong players have really got down, and they can see what their opponent's doing a lot of the time. As Mr. knows that he's up against Betsukos at the moment, he's spotted it all with those Pioneers. Siege Towers coming in, and he knows he has to just wait here because he knows he's 3 town centers versus 2 town centers, and he just has to play a nice little game of defense. As the Taowu comes in, a couple of White Horse Cavalry on the way, and Recon pulls back, but Mr. going to be dropping an Earth Wall down. Not the best Earth Wall from him. Did not see the Siege Tower there, and Recon is ready to defend this. He should continue to knock this down because he could actually eliminate the entirety of this Earth Wall if he wants to, as those Javelineers are going to be a bit of a problem there. Definitely need to be pulling back for the time being here. If you are Recon, the Betsukos are out of position, everything out of position, and this is why he's dropped his Earth Wall down. It's to catch those Betsukos out of position. So a little bit of a mistake from Recon not to focus fire down all those Earth Walls, but nonetheless, he does win the fight. Charges in. Now going to be taking out the ballet here as the units all popping through. And we'll see if Recon is going to be able to clean up all of this stuff or not, is the big question. As the Chariot Archer's doing some shoot and scoop back. There's still a whole bunch of those Wuzu Javelineers, which normally aren't that effective actually versus the Betsukos mass, but because the Betsukos are sort of out of position, they're getting a lot of good value here. But nonetheless, still more Chariot Archer, Patsukos, Siege Towers coming through. It seems like a really nice unit composition from Recon. Very tough to break through here. The Priests could come in and actually heal up the Patsukos as well, but with this small amount of Patsukos, you're not getting that value you normally would be. As Recon not quite able to make the breakthrough here that he wants. And Themista, he's nearly at full villager population, which just gives him the ability to fight underneath this Migdol for a very, very, very long time. Obviously spamming units out very, very nicely. He's also got the siege crossbows that can sit on top of the forest protection land here and siege down this Migdol stronghold on the front. As one siege tower is going to start working towards breaking down all these earth walls, and we do see an attempt here for Themista to go for a bit of an earth wall, a bit of a White Horse cavalry raid. Now the villagers do have themselves a nice Migdol over here, but still, Themista knows that there has to be something over there. As a rain gets dropped down, as Recon has got himself literally only 11 farms, so he's obviously struggling for resources here. That's not a good rain from Recon in the slightest. I don't even think I would have dropped it. I would have just held off and tried to get more in, but now the raid onto the gold mine here is Themista Themista doing a lot of damage. Recon not paying attention, losing a lot of villagers behind all of this. He definitely needs to get those camel riders over. Well, he doesn't have any. So, yeah, man, that's so brutal. He can't be affording to lose villagers here in the slightest. There's now Hooves of the Wind coming through for those Cav as well. The Migdol stronghold not going down just yet, but Patsukos are an amazing basically a sieging unit, because you can just sit back, your opponent can't siege you because the Patsukos does divine damage. You can take out those crossbows or those ranged siege weapons pretty quickly. The Themista just can't break through the Chariot Archers because they are sitting there being incredibly powerful for the time being. Meanwhile, Themista is getting a little bit spicy over here. I'd love to see him actually already having this walled off. All the action up on the top, all the micro. It's tough to get those walls up, but if you can, in the middle of this sort of situation, just get a villager, build the wall. You're going to be nice and safe, because as you can see, there will be raids coming down here. Now, Themista does sniff this out. He's over here to defend as he's getting his ballet up. He's going to be completely fine. We also see Recon trying to grab this gold mine as well. And after all is said and done, it does look like Themista will come out with the advantage here. A ballet up on this spot, securing this gold mine. He's got the top gold mine. Not only does he have the villager advantage, which is the big advantage here at the moment, but he's got map control as well, because he's got 4 gold mines. Well, 3 gold mines to 2 here. 4 gold mines? There should be an extra one. Am I going crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I am going crazy. Has one already been exhausted? There shouldn't be. Am I missing one? I think I am. I have to be. Anyways, horse cav. There's supposed to be 3 a player, I think, on this specific seed, on this specific spawn, but for whatever reason, there's one missing. But Themista has taken this one away from Recon. It definitely looks like a Recon gold mine at the top of the map. As Recon continues to try and just break through this spot, but Themista is defending. He's got some very, very nice high DPS horse archers here, but man, Recon is pushing. He's getting through this whole position. Those Javelineers just do not seem to be able to take down that back line there. And the ballet looks to be falling here pretty shortly. As those siege crossbows on the back side, they're going to be going down. Up onto the top side here. White Horse Cavalry will end up getting picked off. Recon will pull back ever so slightly. He's equal on military resource diff, which definitely doesn't help him at the moment, and he's just not able to break through anyway. He actually just has to start a trade route. I mean, he would go for a Shifting Sands onto this back gold mine. Does Themista know it exists? Themista doesn't know it exists. He's searching for it. I'm surprised to see him searching for it, because he sees 1, 2, 3, 4 gold mines. So, like, if I'm playing here, I almost just go, I know there's no gold mine back there. But I guess he believes. We just see the rock coming over onto this side. He believes enough, and he will be rewarded with his belief. And is Mr. going to be able to continue taking these fights? He's got that really, really strong halberdier comp now starting to get mixed in here. So he's going to be able to snipe down all the camel riders. The sage is also, or a sage also in, does put a big dampener on the Petsukos. And now Recon in a very, very tough spot. Looks like he will be falling in this game moving forward. I don't see any way for him to rebuild now. Behind on villages, behind on tech, behind on gold mine situation. Mr. does start himself up a little bit of a trade route as well. But that is obviously the next move here in this game. But it looks like he's well and truly secured the map, secured the advantage. I don't really know what else Recon can do here. He's going for crenellations. His gold mine's got 400 gold left in it. He's trying to pump stuff out, but I mean, even so, like armory upgrade situation is up to full bronze, full copper versus. I mean, there's not really the upgrades in for Mr., which is probably the only saving grace here, but still, military resource diff very, very high. Another Migdol trying to come up over here as the White Horse Cavalry will clean these up pretty quickly. They are Skin of the Rhino with survival equipment, I believe. No, they're just Skin of the Rhino villages. But they will be going down nonetheless. And another forest protection now in as more of the map going over to the Mr. And Mr. does manage to claim the dub here. An absolutely chaotic early game does lead into a very, very chaotic mid game. Unfortunately for Recon, I think had he spotted that third town center and he planted the Migdol on the front to start with, or even gone down to the side to start with, like if you know your opponent's gone 3 TCs, now you can place an aggressive Migdol. You don't have to worry. But if they go 2 TCs, now you're sort of worried because they're going to be able to compete with you a little bit. But, you know, had he gone a little bit more aggressive with the early Migdols, probably would have been able to get some serious damage done. But he had to ride from over here to here. Then he had to get this. He got this Migdol up as well. And now he's able to start pushing. And by then it was just Mr. had already found the advantage. But, I mean, the other question really is, how much did that early game hurt? If we take a look, Mr. here, at like 7 minutes in, he's behind by 1,200 resources. It's a lot. You do have to remember, well, actually, I'd be interested in what the resource diff would be normally at sort of an 8-minute game. But that was the tough part here for Recon. I mean, of course, there was that third town center that got shot up, but it didn't go up until like nearly 10 minutes into the game. That was after the heroic age from the Themista. So, or was it? No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. After the heroic age came through for the Themista, or started going up. So a very, very interesting game. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more behind the scenes sort of scrims, make sure you say something in the comments so that at least I can screenshot and send it their way and say, guys, you want to see our scrim games? I know that everyone's still got them. They all save them because they have to study them before their games. It would be really interesting to see something like Kavoth and Rappel and who else? Mosker and Tunison played hundreds of games. I'd love to have a little look-see. Nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit the follow on the Twitch. From the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.